our company got orders from headquarters to make an advance at a specific objective. It was about a mile away. Our company moved off, and we moved off in lines of about 10 or 20 left and right of each other. We crossed a little dirt road. We hit an area of tall grass about 2 foot high. A German machine gun opened up on us, and you can see that grass cutting up by the bullets, and we all hit the dirt, hit the grass. And we fought back a little bit. The captain thought that we better take care of those machine guns because there's no way that we can handle them straight on. So he asked for volunteers. I need 2 to take the machine gun on the right. He crawled to 2 or 3 people that raised their hand. And then I raised my hand with my buddy, and the captain came over to us too. He asked us, he gave us orders to get the machine guns. The 2 groups, the 2 on the right and 2 on the left. I was on the left, a couple on the right. We took off crawling out of the grass area. We backed up on our advance, went to the left about a quarter of a mile, went to the other group, went to their right a quarter of a mile, and then we went further. We started to go north towards the objective a quarter of a mile. Then we were lined up with the objective, and what the objective was a German machine gun, and they were still firing the bullets here both the sides. The bullets were crisscrossing. The bullets crisscrossed, so we couldn't advance. The group couldn't advance, so my buddy and I walked another quarter of a mile. We came in from behind the machine gunner. We were very careful, the German machine gunner, we were very careful not to be seen or heard. It took us a good hour to make this trip. And we got behind the machine gun, and I told my buddy, let's take out our grenades, let's pull this grenade and make it alive, and let's crawl as close as we can get to them. Once we get within maybe 30 or 40 feet, we'll have to unload. Each one, let's throw two grenades at each time that we threw it. He let one go, and I let my one go. We hit the German machine gun, and we could see that it killed the German soldiers. We could see them standing up and falling forward. But we threw 2 more grenades just to make sure that they weren't alive to use their guns again. Then we crawled back to the company, and the company advanced to their objective, which was beyond the machine gun nest. And we were very successful in that endeavor. We lost just a few men at the beginning where the German machine gun mowed them down, which made us take cover. But at least we saved more of our men that got killed than theirs. That was that.
How many Germans were in that position?
There was 2 Germans in each of the machine gun nest. There was 2 in each one of them. They had backup. Once we got the machine gun nest, we could get the backup. We advanced towards the backup. The column that was in the high grass, we were able to return fire, and we were able to shoot some grenades, rifle grenades on the spots in the area that they were in. And that took care of the other Germans that were in front of us.
How close were you to that German machine gun nest when you all threw the grenades?
When we threw the grenades at the machine gun nest, we were about 40 feet away. But then after we threw them, we went to the nest to make sure they were dead. We did not take prisoners then. If they were wounded, we had to take them, we had to kill them because they would be able to do, we couldn't take prisoners then. There was no place to put them. We had to kill them, and that was a very bad thing for us to do, but it was either them or us that we had to do it. They were wounded when we threw the first grenades in there. And so we went in again. We went in. Once we threw the grenades, we went in to make sure they were dead. And both of them were wounded, and we had to shoot them. And it was very hard to do that, but we couldn't take we couldn't take any prisoners. The situation entailed no prisoner taken because we had no place to put them. We were on them when we had to shoot them. In other words, we went up to them to make sure they were dead. We had to shoot them. And that was part of that mission that we had. You can't take any enemy alive because once you pass them, you can't leave them alive. And that was the orders that we had. I shot one in the heart in that area, and the other one shot one near that area on his one that he took out. They were both wounded. I don't know what happened to the other machine. I knew the other machine gunners were stopped. We knew they were stopped because we did not hear them firing anymore. The system in throwing grenades, you had them on your strap. And you'd take that grenade in your left hand, in your right hand, take it out with your left hand, put it in your right hand, pull the plug with your left hand, and then you would throw it like a baseball. And it wasn't bad for me to throw a grenade 40 yards because I did a lot of throwing when I was a catcher in baseball before I went in the service. And that guy hit the bullseye I hit the German machine gun nest right where I should hit it. And my partner did that. We were just lucky and fortunate that both of our grenades landed right in the machine gun nest area. And we knew we wounded them because we could hear the groan and we saw them on the bank of their machine gun nest. We came from a area where we were in the tall grass, and we had to crawl back from that tall grass, and we had to crawl almost a quarter of a mile because the grass was not there, and our profile had to be very low so the German machine gun would not see us or shoot at us. And we crawled a quarter of a mile the other way until we got going back towards the German machine gun, and that territory was trees and a lot of grass was in there, a lot of shrubbery there. We did a lot of hiding behind trees to get to the machine gun nest. We were very careful, very quiet-like, and make sure we did not make any noise. And once we got in that position, which was very close to the machine gun, about 40 yards, we had to throw it from there because the area was clear around the machine gun nest, the German machine gun nest. We wanted to make sure that we could have a good throw at the nest to kill the two gunners that were there. And once we got to that area, we took a chance and hope and pray that our first throw would do enough damage where we can run in there and shoot them. And sure enough, we both talked to each other, took the grenade out, pulled the plug of the grenade, stepped back from a tree and to the left of the tree. We both threw we talked to each other, let's throw it now, we said. And we threw it and we hit the target, the German machine gun, right on the spot. Two Germans were wounded. We went up to them and we killed them. We shot both of them.
Were they saying anything as you guys
No, there was no conversation. They groaned and that was it.